the report said earlier, he's trying to go for Friday, so he's working through it. He's taped up. He'll be part of practice today, despite those reports. And then again, it's a walkthrough again today, so we're still working through trying to see who will be available for Friday.
Anything new on Dwayne?
Dwayne, again, we still have till Thursday. We're just working through it, trying to see where he's at, and again, it's a walkthrough, so I think we'll have a really good idea on Wednesday.
With Dwayne, Robert, he's been listed as full the last couple of weeks, so logically, you think if he's fully practicing for Cup, he'd be ready to play. Is that not?
Yeah, no, because there's practice is different than game, obviously, right? He's got to get the mental connection between him. He's still not fully comfortable, obviously, and we just got to find the best way to simulate a game for him. I know we have full suite practices, but those aren't even close to what it's like in a game, and so we're just trying to do our best to make sure that we put him through a very game-like situation for him, and we'll give it another run and see where he's at.
Just talk about the uniqueness of a Black Friday game and what this week presents.
It's better Thursday game, from a timing standpoint with regards to preparation for your team, at least in my opinion, with all the research we've done. For a coach, I feel like we're always on the grind anyway. I think it'd probably be a better question for the players with how it is, but I think it's great for the fans to have another standalone game on another day. Great for the league on another day in the week, but for it feels like Groundhog's Day since August. So for a coach, it's all the same.
Are Billy Turner or Newman?
Yeah, Newman and Billy are trending in the right direction.
Michael Carter with the hamstring.
We'll see. We'll get him in practice tomorrow. Give him a chance to go full speed, but I'm not sure on that one yet.
Robert, with the number of injuries you guys have been dealt this year, I know you have invested a lot of resources in your sports science and medical department and how you guys prepare to make sure you stay healthy. Does that need to be reviewed again this offseason, potentially? Not wholesale changes, but significant changes because the last 2 years?
Yeah, it depends on the injury, right? So we look at sports science and you look at the non-contact, soft tissue, things of that nature. When you have trauma, like someone rolls up on you, you're trying to break a tackle, you're making contact, break a rib, whatever it is. That's more unfortunate part of playing football. So you got to try to figure out what are the consequences, what are the whys behind each injury, and so you're always reviewing it. It's then you got to look at the player participation in it all, and whether or not we're doing a great job with regards to helping them regen and get them in the positions they need to be to protect their bodies. And so yeah, we're always reviewing that.
Are you going to have Hackett and Downing together again up in the booth?
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, with the dynamic there, what's the benefit to? I mean, are they collaborating on play calling? Because normally you'd want to have a really experienced guy on the field talking to your quarterback between series.
Well, Calabrese is down there too. I know sometimes I think we forget about him, but he's still constantly in their ears and communicating. And it's not hard to get the headset on the quarterback's ear if they need to say something important to him. But all the proper adjustments are being made, and I've been in situations where nobody's down there for any position group practically. There's a million ways to do it, but fair question. But at the same time, it's give them a chance to be right next to each other so they can go over the pictures together. So they're faster in terms of making the adjustments that need to be made to get us moving the football.
Rob, you said yesterday that Tim is a different style quarterback. How is he different, and what are your expectations? What are your hopes for him on Friday?
I'm going to hold that one in terms of the difference. I don't want to tip off any scouting reports that may or may not be out there. But, look, it's an opportunity for him. Again, it's one person's not going to change everything. It's collective. It's coaching. It's the other 10 players in the football field. We've all got to take part in trying to find ways to get the offense to move. And I am excited for his opportunity for him. I know he's had some starts in the league before, but there's another opportunity with another team. So I know the guys will go out there and play their butts off, and we'll see what happens.
I know you said Zach's your third quarterback. Is he going to be active on Sunday, or will he be inactive?
So it's he's inactive, but the third quarterback, if that makes sense. So it's part of the league rule where you can, the emergency quarterback.
Robert, does it look like with the Dolphins that they're starting to get Vic's system and things are starting to click there?
Yeah, Jalen, since he's gotten back, Jalen Ramsey, he looks awesome. Looks like he never got hurt, but Vic has some complexities to what he does, especially from a zone standpoint. And you can tell that they're starting to get precise. They're starting to play off one another, and they're starting to get a lot better. And they've slowly been creeping up and playing some really good defense over the past few weeks, and you anticipate them continuing to get better.
Could you talk about just the challenge of their pass rushers too as well with Chubb and also Phillips?
Yeah, Jalen, loved him coming out. A lot of juice, a lot of athleticism, plays with incredible energy and effort. And then Chubb has just got so much power and just a really smart football player that can win 3 different ways. And so they're very talented. They're physical. They play with high energy and effort, like I said, and so they're a challenge for any offensive line.
What did you see from Carter Warren on Sunday, and how do you think getting in there will help his development?
For sure, Carter I thought was a pleasant surprise when you went back and watched it. Tremendous footwork, great patience. I felt like there's obviously things that we saw that obviously need to get better. He'll get better with reps. There's certain things that we're excited about him. He's got a lot of potential. We're excited about drafting him, and obviously he missed all of OTAs in training camp, so he's significantly behind the 8 ball. We're not, kind of like what happened to Max Mitchell last year, we were not expecting him to get on the field. He got his opportunity, and he did really well. So if he does have to go this week, it'll be another opportunity for him to grow.
I'm sorry.
You're okay, Rich.
I wanted to follow up on something you said yesterday when you were asked about if you would have done anything differently in the 21 draft with Zach. You kind of said, yeah, I shared that with Joe, but I'd rather not share it with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to, because it kind of creates the perception that you and Joe are not on the same page on that, and I just wanted to come back and ask if you want to add anything.
Yeah, no, thank you for that, Rich. I thought the question was asking if you've learned anything from the evaluation process and what would you have done different. So, like, obviously, anytime you have an experience in terms of an evaluation process, whatever it is, you have ideas on, hey, how could we approach it differently to create a different evaluation? So it was more a learning experience, and not that we did anything wrong. It just how can we be even more efficient? So obviously there were circumstances that were beyond our control during that year with COVID and all that. But it was more of I was answering the question in terms of learning experience than anything else.
So,
In hindsight,
Joe and I are always on the same page.
okay, well,
Yeah.
in hindsight, looking back on it, how difficult did that pandemic, I don't think we've ever really talked about that, like even from a coaching standpoint, interviewing, how challenging was scouting, evaluating guys that year because of the pandemic?
I'll leave that one for Joe. Obviously, coaching
Well,
had
from your
its
perspective, you used to look at players,
the difference. I'll speak of the difference. You just didn't have as much one-on-one ability to sit with a player, visit with them, install stuff, go to the field, just watch them do your drills. Like the off-season evaluation process is starting to change significantly, where you're kind of handcuffed to a standard way of looking at these guys work out, where before COVID you could go get an individual workout and you ran position-specific drills that were specific to your scheme and what you did. And so obviously it's changing, and we've just, all 32 teams just have to adjust on the fly.
Is this gonna be like last year again with Zach? Does he go back to being like show team guy, or?
We've got to get Trevor ready to play, so he'll be taking those reps.
Tim talked about the other night how he thinks one of the things he does best is decisiveness. Like, he's probably the way he can get rid of the ball quickly, and things that can help you all that. Is there something to that, especially when you have so many moving pieces?
Yeah, getting rid of the ball on time and in a timely manner is always a O-line's best friend. You've got to, from a defensive perspective, I always tell the D-line that when the quarterback hits his back foot, they got to smell you, and if he takes a hitch, he better get hit, and that's how much time you have as a quarterback if you're listening to it. So if you can play within timing and rhythm, you can keep the O-line clean.
with Miami, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but with how much motion they have, their speed, I mean, they're kind of more of a finesse team. Is that old cliche that you beat finesse with physicality? Is that true? Is that your, I know you always stress physical defenses, but is it even amped up even more this week?
Got to be able to catch them. No, it's a good question, Connor. I don't think they're finesse. I think they have a level of physicality to them. You know, they've run the ball very well against us. Last year they ran the ball very well against us, and you know what they're able to do with the speed other teams can't because of the way they're so fast. And credit to their coaching staff, just getting the creativity with that speed that other teams can't. Would never be able to accomplish. Tyreek looks like he's playing a little video game out there. The way he runs, he's pretty freaking cool. But I wouldn't say they're not physical. They're a physical team. They can run the ball.
Did you break down your form on your tackle of Zach on Sunday? Is that each tape this week or what?
So bad. You guys ever watch that movie Goldfinger from Austin Powers, where that little car is going really, really slow, and he's like, "Stop!" and it's like a mile away. That's how I felt on game day. Just my reaction time is severely diminished. It's the first time ever. I was trying to catch him, but obviously I forgot that I'm old.
Extra rep or two at the gym?
Yeah, I got to get back into it.
Last question.
This week, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Tuesday's team.
So we're recognizing West Essex High School after the last 2.5 years of Jaime El Hai, our team president, politicking. West Essex they actually earned it on their own merits. They've had their 10th sectional title last week. They've won 10 of their last 11 games, and they're playing in their first championship. So despite all of Jaime's efforts, this one was done on their own merit. So to Coach Benny and his team, good luck this weekend. All right, guys.